Boom, 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 back in elementary, a third bone misery. Let me alone, let me rhythm of why that microphone so loud, man? Hey, Shalom Israel, you're on live with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Priest and Captain Soccer War holding down the class from Memphis, Tennessee. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we go live from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday is a Brotherhood class. Wednesday is a Biblical Law class. Thursday is Scripture Breakdown. So it's Tuesday. It's a Brotherhood class. We about 2 days before so-called Christmas. So tonight's class, we're going to go into the breakdown of Christmas, the evil of this holiday, and how, in the spirit of brotherhood, brothers and sisters, can resist and fight against the spirit of Christmas. Now, for some months now, ever since, end of October, ever since October, after the Halloween holiday, you get a few weeks, then you got Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and, that's when all the lights start to go up on people's houses and everybody starts to talk about what they want for Christmas. And that entire period from Halloween all the way up until Christmas, it puts immense pressure on a lot of brothers and sisters, especially brothers and sisters that have children. You understand? There's a lot of pressure, a lot of weight that comes with preparing for the holidays. You understand? God forbid you somebody who, is on the outs with your family, or you're a brother who's on child support, or, different situations that we find ourselves in life. The holidays always magnify the struggles that we have, you understand, the difficulties that we're experiencing. And a lot of the pressure that we allow ourselves to be put under due to these holidays really comes from a lack of understanding, comes from a lack of knowledge of knowing why we celebrate these things and, what the whole spirit behind it is. So tonight we're going to take some time, talk about the spirit of these holidays, talk about the weight and the pressure that it puts on a lot of brothers and sisters and how you can free yourself in the spirit of brotherhood from the weight, you understand, that comes with taking on your oppressor's culture and celebrating the things that your oppressor tells you to celebrate. All right, so in the Israelite School of UPK, of course, since 1969, we've been teaching so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians the truth according to this book called the Bible. The truth is that so-called Blacks, Native American Indians, Hispanics descend from the greatest people that have ever walked the face of the earth. The Bible identifies us as the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And in these times we're living in 2020, nothing is more important than for us to learn the truth of who we are, where we come from, and what our purpose is on this earth. And it's due to a lack of knowledge, due to a lack of understanding that we find ourselves suffering in many of the conditions that we're suffering, find ourselves stressed out, find ourselves, prisoners to a lot of the things that we are prisoners to just because we don't know who we are. So in the UPK, we stress brothers and sisters understanding who they are, where they come from, and what their purpose is. And the only way we'll do that is by going into this book called the Bible and finding out what it is the Most High, you understand, the instructions that he's given us in order to live our lives the right way. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to go in the Bible to the book of John. Let me get it here. Bear with me. Let me get let's get John chapter 8, verse 32. All right, New Testament book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. All right. And so when you come into the truth, being in the truth is all about being free. You understand? The Most High did not put us on this earth to suffer. You understand? And a lot of brothers and sisters, if you don't know the Most High, man, you don't know the truth. You know, you grew up in the church like most of us did. You grew up in religion. You know, religion never teaches you about the true nature of the Most High, the true nature of God. And that's why when we struggle and go through different things and situations and circumstances in life, you know, for a lot of us, it's heartbreaking to be Black in America. You know what I'm saying? It's a difficult life to live, feeling and being taught that God loves you no matter what, and that, you know, we God's children. But then you look around in your life and look in your neighborhood, look at the people you grew up with, look at your family, and all you see is poverty. All you see is drug addiction. All you see is death. All you see is prison. You understand? And for a lot of us, never knowing the Most High, we go through life believing that God isn't real, or we go through life believing that, you know, God is a joke because we're taught Christianity and we're taught Islam, but none of what we're taught in those religions translate to the life that we live. But when you learn the truth about the Most High, it sets you free from not knowing why things are the way they are, because you get to learn the true nature of God. You get to understand that the things that we're doing and the ways that we're living our life, the Most High is not pleased with it at all. And the Most High is looking at the things that we're doing, and he's looking at the way that we live in our lives, and he's disgusted and he's angry. And because we're his children and he loves us, he punishes us for the evil that we do, not to destroy us, but to get us to realize that the way we're living is wrong. You understand? And so what the Bible gives us instructions on how to please our Father, how to make the Most High satisfied, so that, guess what? We don't have to live such a hard life. We don't have to suffer the consequences and the punishments of disobeying and being bad children. And so the truth, learning the truth, puts you on the path to fixing your life, puts you on the path to getting it right, so that you don't have to suffer, you understand, with the things that you've been suffering with your entire life because you didn't know any better. All right, so we're going to start with John chapter 8, verse 32. All right, John chapter 8, verse 32 says, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." You understand? The most important thing that you can do as a brother or sister is to learn the truth according to the Bible, because the truth is going to set you free. And after tonight's class, brothers and sisters, you'll be free from Christmas. You'll be free from the weight, you understand, of having to not let everybody down that you couldn't buy gifts for. You'll be free from the weight of feeling like your life ain't about nothing because you don't have the money that you want to go and buy the nice things. I sit and watch TV, and I see these guys, I watch basketball, watch football, and I see a goddamn truck commercial come on. Some white man and some white woman is sitting down, and the white woman bring the husband 2 boxes and says, "Yeah, honey, I saw this nice thing for you." And he's like, "Oh, honey, this is great. Well, come outside. I got something for you." And they go outside, and there's 2 brand new GMC Denali trucks parked outside the front of the house. And he's like, "Yeah, I bought you. I know you like red." And she go choose the blue truck. She's like, I love the truck." And he was like, "Well, actually, that was mine." And she's like, "No, I like the truck." And he's like, "All right, I guess I'll take red." And I'm watching the commercial like, what planet these 2 white people live on, where he could just go buy 2 trucks and just park it out front and say, "Here, honey, here's 2 trucks. You can just choose one." You somebody who's poor, somebody who's struggling, somebody living check to check. You watch that commercial and you say, "My life ain't shit. I barely can afford an Uber ride to get to work. I barely can afford the Uber to, go to the party tonight." This white man and this white woman got a brand new goddamn truck outside their big mansion house. You understand? God forbid if you got kids, all the toys. The PlayStation 5 just came out about a month ago. I'm a grown ass man. You understand? And I'll punch a kid in the mouth for a goddamn PlayStation 5 if I go to the store and I'm trying to get it and he want it. You understand? But imagine being a parent. You got kids and they, daddy, the PlayStation 5 came out. The PlayStation 5 is $500 right now. That's just the PlayStation. That ain't an extra controller. That ain't no games to go with it. The goddamn government just passed a stimulus bill for $600. Imagine you barely scrounging, barely making it. Your kids want a goddamn PlayStation 5. Guess what? You can't get them no PlayStation 5. Your kids want the new iPhone phone. Guess what? You can't get them no iPhone phone. I don't even know what toys is out there, but I imagine that if you're a person that's struggling right now in the midst of COVID, you understand, going through what everybody else is going through, your kids ain't gonna have no Merry Christmas. And just think of the weight that's on brothers and sisters who know that their children gonna wake up Christmas morning and be dissatisfied, who know that they're gonna have to look at their kids on Christmas morning and say, I'm sorry. Well, for some of us, guess what? We won't allow that. We won't allow our children to be upset Christmas morning. We won't allow our kids to wake up to no gifts. I mean, what we're gonna do? A lot of us feeling like I can't tell my kids we couldn't have Christmas because of COVID. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go out and rob. They're gonna go out and sell dope. Some sister gonna go out there getting naked on the goddamn pole. She gonna shake that ass so she can get some cash to buy them kids some gifts. Some cat out there selling dope so he can go and get his baby mama, get her nails done and her head did, and buy the kids some goddamn toys so that she won't leave him for some nigga who will go buy it. And it's an evil, disgusting thing that we allow ourselves to suffer and to be imprisoned under the weight and the stress that comes with celebrating these holidays, when the Most High told us that we shouldn't be involved in it anyway. That thing had nothing to do with us. You understand? So again, John chapter 8, verse 32, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make ye free. You understand? Leviticus chapter 23. If you go to Leviticus chapter 23 in the Bible, the Lord gave us all of the holidays that we were to celebrate. He gave us all of the things that we were supposed to come together and remember. You understand? You go in the book of Leviticus, you read the 23rd chapter, guess what? You're not going to find Christmas Day. You go in Leviticus 23rd chapter, guess what? You're not going to find your birthday there. You go in Leviticus 23rd chapter, you ain't going to find no 4th of July. You ain't going to find no goddamn Valentine's Day. You ain't going to find no Thanksgiving. You ain't going to find, you understand, none of the things that that's pushed on us in this society. You understand? Leviticus chapter 23. I ain't gonna read the whole 23rd chapter. I'm just gonna read Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 said, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. You understand? The feasts of the Lord are located in Leviticus 23rd chapter. You know what you'll find there? You'll find the Passover. You understand? You'll find the Feast of First Fruits. You'll find a memorial to blowing the trumpets. We have a culture that the Most High gave us that has nothing to do with goddamn trees and fat men in white suits, goddamn flying reindeer, little midgets in the goddamn toy shop making toys, all of that fairy tale make-believe BS that's pushed on you every year around this time. It ain't got nothing to do with us. And if we understood this Bible, if we understood who we were, then guess what? We would serve the Most High and take up our own culture. We wouldn't bend backwards to take on the culture of our oppressors. You understand? Let me go ahead and get Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. And this is why the Christian church is so evil. You understand? Because how many years have black people been in Christianity? Since we came over here in slave ships, you understand? You had sellout Negroes siding with the oppressor, teaching us their way of life, teaching us to go along, you understand, with their way, and not teaching us the way of God. Again, going back to the stress and the pressure that a lot of brothers and sisters are under. Why do you think the winter times is always violent in the black community? Why do you think there's always shootings and deaths during the winter time? It ain't because it's cold outside, hell, because there's shootings and death in the summertime too. You understand? You look at cities like New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Chicago. Why is cats dying in this dead cold outside? Because niggas is hustling. Niggas is in the streets trying to get money for Christmas, trying to make sure their kids get something nice. You understand? And a lot of it is due to the unnecessary pressure that's being put on us by our oppressors, by the people that's ruling over us. You understand? I'm going through these scriptures to lay the foundation of the cultural significance of celebrating Christmas and how it has nothing to do with us. But I'm gonna get into the meat and potatoes of how the whole entire celebration, the story and everything about Christmas has nothing to do with what they told us it had to do with. I could see if Christmas was what it is. Christmas was just a holiday for gift giving and, coming together and family, then no sweat. Wouldn't nobody have a problem with that? The problem is they tried to tie Jesus Christ to Christmas. They tried to tie the Bible to Christmas. It wasn't enough for the white man to just have his own holiday, have his own, worship. The white man had to try and tie it to your culture. The white man had to make it godly. You understand? And that's why it's such an evil, disgusting thing that your churches go along with it when the Bible tells you about this. You understand? Bear with me. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hey, shalom, Lord Christ, I'm teaching class, huh? I made you right back. Don't slow, I made you right back. All right, shalom. You understand? The most it would be understandable if they just had Christmas came around every year and it was about Santa Claus and it was about the tree and it was about just giving gifts. But the white man had to he tried to make it godly. He tried to tie it to the Bible, tried to tie it to your culture. And that's why it's evil, because Christmas is not just a holiday for giving gifts. Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ, honoring our Lord and Savior. And that's how they got us to take the spirit on of it. If we believed in Jesus Christ, if we believed in the birth of the Lord and the Savior, if we read the scriptures where we could find out about that, we would see in the scriptures that, hold up, that Christmas ain't got nothing to do with the birth of Jesus. That Christmas ain't got nothing to do with the Lord and Savior, because the Bible tells you so. The evil that's being done to black people, your church is responsible for, because your church is the ones that has sided with your oppressor to teach you this evil. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31 says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. The Lord said not to envy the oppressor, not to choose none of his ways. You want to know why we got so hell-bent on celebrating Christmas and so hell-bent on joining ourselves to the oppressor? Joining ourselves to this white man and his culture? Because we saw how much white people loved Christmas. We saw how much they gathered together and gave gifts. You understand? And it's an evil, disgusting thing. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man, since slavery, we've known that the white man was the devil. Since slavery, we've known that the things that they do is unhealthy for us to do. The things they got going on, we should not want to have going on with us. But because of your sellout leaders, because of your pastors, because of your religious leaders and your politicians, they've always envied the oppressor. And they've taught you their ways. And if we could free ourselves from the ways of the oppressor, free ourselves from their culture and being joined to them, like the scripture said, we would know the truth. And the truth would make us free. The truth is definitely necessary for so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to learn. You understand? The truth is deadly necessary for us to be able to grow and become the people that the Most High called us to be. You understand? And it's important that we take seriously this call that the Most High has given us to come back to Him. You understand? Because we're living in a time now where we can't front anymore. We can't pretend anymore. We can't halfway be black and halfway, be down for our people and halfway be joined to the oppressor. The Most High is causing for a line to be drawn in the sand, and so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians need to see that that line is between God and everything else. You understand? So again, Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? Because we envy the oppressor, we want to. We listen. I remember what was that movie? Minister Society. Minister Society, right? There's a scene early on in the movie where the gangster Kane is sitting there with his grandparents, and his grandparents is watching some movie with some white people on it. And some white man has came home, and his daughter runs down the steps, and she's like, "Oh, daddy, daddy," and he's like, "Oh, baby, oh, darling." He got some little doll or something. And he's like, "Oh, baby girl, I missed you. And I raced home to make it here in time for Christmas." Some goofy, cheesy white people movie. You understand? But those movies and those TV shows back in the 50s and the 60s, that's what made black people want to have white people's lives. That television programming early on is what made black people jealous of the life white people had. When shit you see on TV, that's not how people really living, man. It's not nobody's life you see on TV. It's a goddamn TV show. People's real lives is just as horrible and messed up as yours is. The illusion is that everybody is, living wonderfully and having a good time in America. When in reality, man, all of us are suffering. All of us are fighting. You understand? And this thing is a spiritual battle that we all are in. But because we're not equipped with the necessary tools in order to be able to fight, we always want to lose in it. That TV is run by your oppressor. Those programs is run by your oppressor. He's the one that's molding and shaping what you want your reality to be. When we shouldn't allow ourselves to be molded and shaped by that. We should be molded and shaped by the culture the Most High gave our forefathers. We should be molded and shaped by the instructions that the Most High gave to our ancestors, because that's what makes us great. Hell, if you black in America, you do a little bit of studying history on the earth before slavery, you're going to find black people everywhere doing everything great and amazing. Well, what made us so great and amazing back then? What made us so great and amazing in those times that we read about in history? Knowing who we were, obeying the Most High, keeping his laws, knowing what was right and wrong, having a sense of morality. Guess what? We lost that joining our oppressor. We lost that becoming part of the way, joining, their way of life and trying to live up to the standards that they had. And now's the time that we got to separate from it, man. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the scriptures that show you that Christmas is evil and ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. All right. First, we're going to go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10. We covered some of Jeremiah 10 last week. You understand? We covered some of Jeremiah 10, showing you that this Christmas ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. You understand? Now, if you somebody out there, you may got family, got loved ones, maybe it's your first time ever hearing this. If you got people who celebrate Christmas and they call themselves Christians, they call themselves loving God, and they saved and sanctified, then you go ask them, if we celebrating Christmas, what about Jeremiah, the 10th chapter? You understand? Now, be prepared. If you go to somebody who you love that's a Christian and they say they love Jesus and you show them this in Jeremiah 10, they're going to be mad at you. They're going to say, what you talking about? No, get out of here with that. They twisting the scriptures up. Don't be surprised when the people who you think love you and love God turn their back on you when you come to question them about what they have taught you. You understand? Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1 says, hear ye the word of the Lord. So like, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. The Lord said, do not learn the ways of the heathen. And don't be dismayed or don't be astonished at the signs that are in heaven. Now, I covered it a little bit when I went into the breakdown of the whole December 21st nonsense. That whole December 21st, the whole Christmas celebration, all of it is tied to worship of the stars, worship of the sun. You understand? Everybody know the song, The 12 Days of Christmas? Where they get the 12 days of Christmas from? The 12 days of Christmas has to do with an ancient celebration that the Romans had called Saturnalia. Saturnalia was a 12-day orgy fest that the Romans would have commemorating the winter solstice or to celebrate the coming of the winter. You understand? The coming of the cold season and the dead season. They would have a whole 12-day party where they got drunk, exchanged gifts, basically tricking. You understand? Some cat he save up all year to trick it out for the end of the year. And for 12 days, they giving gifts, having sex, popping molly, smoking weed. Who knows what the hell they was doing in that Roman Empire? Them Romans was some nasty bunch of faggots. You understand? All manner of man on man and man on girl on man on boy on dog and goat. All manner of nastiness was going on. And the Lord said don't learn their ways. Don't be dismayed at the signs of the heathen. You understand? Christmas is a celebration that has a lot to do with the winter solstice, has a lot to do with those 3 days that the sun sets at the same time before it starts to rise again towards the springtime. There's a whole lot of astrology and just idol worship that's tied into that whole Christmas. And the Lord said to not learn their ways and don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Now, what also was tied into this worship of Saturnalia? You understand that? I forget this point. Saturnalia comes from the worship of Saturn. Why would people be worshiping Saturn around this time of the year? Because just like you saw last night on December 21st, you can see the planet Saturn in the sky. It appears as a star. Last night, if you don't know, the reason why black people all over the goddamn internet was going crazy about December 21st is because last night in the sky was what they call the Great Alignment. You understand? And the Great Alignment that occurred last night, which occurs about every 20 years. I don't know what's so great about this shit if it happens every 20 years. But if you looked in the southern sky last night, you saw two bright stars that you normally wouldn't see. Those two stars were actually the planet Jupiter and the planet Saturn being in line with one another from the Earth, between the Earth and the sun. You understand? So last night, if you looked in the southern sky, you saw looked like a big bright star. But if you took some binoculars or if you took a magnifying glass, you could see that it was actually two different, they looked like stars, they were shining. It was actually the planet Saturn and the planet Jupiter being able to be seen from the Earth. Black people not knowing what the hell is going on with white people, not knowing what the hell is going on with, with the culture, not knowing who we are. We worshiping goddamn stars that pop up every 20 years. Well, the Romans worship Saturnalia because Saturn would appear in the sky around the time of the winter solstice. The whole December 25th is about worshiping goddamn stars in the sky. And guess what? What we reading here in Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, this is about 500 years before Christ came on the earth. Jeremiah lived during the time when the children of Israel went into captivity under the Babylonians. The Babylonian Empire ruled around 530 BC. This is 530 years before Christ was born. And God is saying, don't learn the ways of the heathens. Don't be dismayed at the signs in the heavens. Niggas last night was dismayed at the signs of the heavens. You niggas thought you was going to power up. You thought you was going to goddamn Super Saiyan transform like you Goku and Vegeta. Nigga, this ain't no cartoon. You thought you was going to power up like Mega Man or Super Mario. Goofy as hell, because you don't know what the hell is going on out here. You understand? But if you understand the Most High, you know whatever the hell going on in the sky. Don't be surprised. Don't be amazed by it. You goofy went to bed last night, thought you was going to wake up, nigga, and be, 6 foot out. Niggas thought they were going to wake up and be 6'4", 200 pounds. You understand? Handsome and fly. You woke up broke and disgusting and ugly like you was when you went to sleep. You're not powering up over no goddamn stars in the sky. But the white man believe in it. He celebrated. He worship it. And you, because you don't know who you are and don't have your own culture, you following them right into the nonsense. I'm going to read on in Jeremiah 10th chapter. Jeremiah 10:3. For the customs of the people are vain. Meaning what? The customs of the people don't mean nothing. It's vanity what they're doing. It doesn't amount to anything. Here's the customs of the people. One cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. So what's the customs of the people? They cut down a tree in the forest with an axe. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold. They decorate the tree with silver and gold. You understand? They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They take that tree that they cut down. After they decorate it, they nail it down so that it doesn't move. So the tree stays in one spot. Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, meaning they got to be carried. To bear something is to carry it. They got to be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Now, what is it that people are doing today where they go and cut a tree out of the forest, they decorate it with silver and gold, they nail it down so that it doesn't move, and then they goddamn talk to the tree and be joyful around the tree and sang around the tree like the tree did something good. It's your Christmas. The Bible is describing your Christmas celebration in Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, 500 years before Christ, and God said not to do it. So then why are you doing it? Why did you grow up as a child waiting for Christmas Day so you could go and see what was under the tree? Hell, some of y'all grown as hell now, praying that there's something under that tree for you. Because you don't know who you are. Because you don't know the truth about God. You are a slave to your oppressor. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of history. In ancient times, why did they celebrate a tree? Why were people worshiping a tree? Why did they cut a tree down and decorate it? You understand? It goes back to the worship of a man named Nimrod. The Bible talks about Nimrod in the book of Genesis. Nimrod was the first great king on the earth. Meaning what? The first great civilization was in the land of Babylon. Today in history books, it's called Sumeria. You understand? Ancient Sumeria is where Nimrod was the king. It's the first great civilization that's been in modern times on the earth. You understand? And when King Nimrod died, his mother told the people that Nimrod died and he put his spirit into the pine tree. Why the pine tree? Because the pine tree is a tree that stays. Is it a pine? Is it a pine or the evergreen tree? Not the pine tree, the evergreen tree. Because it never changes colors. The leaves never fall off. She said he put his spirit in that tree. And on his birthday, which is December 25th, you better bring gifts and put it under that goddamn tree. If you don't bring gifts to my son, then you're going to die. And there was a time in ancient times where if you did not bring gifts and put it under that tree for the king, then you would die. You would get your head chopped off. That's where the goddamn bulbs come from. You understand? So during the time of Jeremiah had to tell the people, don't be afraid of the tree. The tree doesn't do evil or do good. Now, if you grew up in America, you thought that tree did good. You wake up, you go to sleep, ain't nothing under that tree. You wake up, it's gifts under that tree. I remember, man, I was like 7 years old, man. When I found out what no Santa Claus, I knew it wasn't Santa Claus because I grew up in an apartment building. We lived on the 11th floor. We had a balcony, but I knew Santa. I ain't hear no reindeers on the goddamn balcony. We were gonna land the sleigh on the balcony and bring the gifts through the window. So I knew at a young age wasn't no goddamn Santa Claus. But I remember I stayed up one night and snuck and looked through the door, seeing my mom and my aunts and uncles and them wrapping gifts and putting stuff under the tree. I remember I came out, man. We used to do the whole thing. My family, we had the little real tree, not the fake tree. We eventually got a fake one. We used to have a real tree with the actual pines. You know what I'm saying? They come in there, they had decorated, wrap it with the little goddamn streamers, the gold and silver streamers, wrap the lights around it. We used to have the lights that played the Christmas tunes. You understand? Our grandmother used to have us sing "Oh Christmas Tree, oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree." Why the fuck was we singing? Excuse my language. Why was we singing to a goddamn tree? This tree ain't did shit. This tree ain't did nothing for nobody. Why are we singing to the tree? Because you're worshiping the tree. You goofy don't even. I bet you never thought, why the hell did we sing to that goddamn tree? Why is there even a song called "Oh Christmas Tree"? What the hell is going on with this tree? You was idol worshiping. You was worshiping that tree. And you put them gifts under that tree so your kids would go get them so that your kids would feel thankful for the tree. Little kids, before they know anything, they know when that tree go up, its gifts is coming. Little babies, 3 years old, 4 years old, they looking at that tree with them lights and them decorations like gifts is coming one day, goddamn it. And we don't even realize what we doing. Don't even have no clue that it is evil and disgusting and God is against it. Well, now you know. Your Christmas is evil and disgusting, and God said not to learn the ways of the heathen and not to do these things. You understand? Now, if you think I'm just, maybe I'm twisting the scriptures. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe Christmas ain't that bad. You understand? God surely ain't going to judge me for Christmas. Listen, man. We have to realize how real God is. You understand? The people that we've known that have been going to church Could be our mamas, our grandmamas. Hell, maybe we was in church pretending and then singing those songs and fake catching the Holy Ghost. Maybe we thought we knew God. Here's what you got to understand. In church, they taught you that you gotta have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. You got to know God for yourself. Well, guess what? God is so personal, and he wants such a close relationship with you that God will tell you what to eat. God tells you what to drink. God tells you who to have sex with. God tells you what to wear. God tells you how to talk, how to dress. All of that instructions is right here. And it's not difficult to follow. It's not hard. The Lord made us to shine, to be special. Hell, you could be fly. You a sister, go ahead and do, you know what I'm saying? You can do your hair and come up with some fly, get some fly dresses. Just you can't dress like a hoe. Now, if you tell a woman, don't dress like a hoe, women think that means they got to put on a prairie dress all the time, every time. Nah, you ain't got to put on a prairie dress. Just cover them goddamn breasts up. Just don't let your butt cheeks hanging all out. You understand? Have some class about yourself. And we've lost that as a community. Why? Because we allowed ourselves to join our oppressors. We allowed ourselves to believe that what they told us was right and wholesome was acceptable. When it's that, it's not. It's the opposite of what God said. You understand? Now, if you don't think God cares about your Christmas, it's just a holiday. Why would God be mad at that? Amos chapter 5, verse 21. You understand? These are the words of the Lord. This is the Most High speaking. You understand? Matter of fact, let me see something. Hold on. Let me see something. I don't want to go too far down. I'm just going to read Amos 5 and 21. I'm going to read Amos 5 and 21. This is the Most High speaking. If you want to know that it's the Most High speaking, all you got to do is go up to verse 18 or verse 17, and you'll know that this is the Lord speaking. You understand? But here we go. Amos chapter 5, verse 21 says, I despise your feast days. You understand? Very clear. It's cut and dry. No gray area, black and white. God said, I despise your feast days. What are your feast days? I showed you Leviticus 23. The Lord said, these are my feast days. So if you want to know what God's feast days are, go to Leviticus 23. Anything that's not in Leviticus 23 is your feast days. God talking to you, Christian. He's talking to you, Muslim. He's talking to you, person who don't believe in God. You just a free spirit and whatever goofy stuff you tell yourself. God is talking to you. You understand? Again, Amos 5 and 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. The Lord said he's not smelling in your solemn assemblies. You understand? You're gonna have a goddamn Christmas dinner. You're gonna cook all manner of ham and shrimp and crab and lobster and everything nasty that the Lord hates. And guess what? You're gonna hold hands at that table and you're gonna say grace and thank God for this food. And what was the I forget the prayer that we had when I was young. What was the saying grace? God is grace, God is good, and we thank him for this food. By his hands we all are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. That's what we used to say when I was young coming up. That was the prayer. I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was a kid. I couldn't wait to get old enough to want to say grace. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we was taught. You're gonna gather around a Christmas dinner, which God told you not to celebrate, worshiping a God that's not the Most High, when the Most High said you should have no other gods before me, with a goddamn tree in the background with lights and decorations with presents underneath of it, all of that evil, and you're going to hold hands and say grace. The Lord said, I'm not smelling in that solemn assembly. Y'all gathering for that Christmas dinner is an evil, disgusting thing. Gathering for that Thanksgiving dinner is an evil, disgusting thing. Gathering for that Easter is an evil, disgusting thing. And then you wonder why every time the family get together, why somebody got to fight. Why somebody got to get drunk and bring up old stuff? You understand? You got a goddamn Christmas dinner with a molester of the family is sitting with the grown people who he molested as kids, and you think somebody not gonna get drunk and get high and want to fight? God is not there at your Christmas dinner. God is not there at your Thanksgiving. God is not there at your 4th of July barbecue, your Easter dinner. God ain't there. That's why it's always hell. That's why it's always trouble. That's why you can't hide from the evil in your life, because God ain't with it. God is not with it. So if you ever wondered why it's always horrible and shitty around this time of the year, because God ain't got nothing to do with anything that you're involved with. You understand? And a week after that, Christmas this year falls on a Friday, which means 7 days later, New Year's Eve falls on a Friday. New Year's ain't got nothing to do with the Bible neither. You ain't gonna find New Year's in here. And you want to know the history of New Year's, you think Saturnalia. Well, Saturnalia ends in the orgy of New Year's. The god of New Year's is Janus, the god of doors. That's why you get the month of January. You understand? Listen, the New Year ain't even on December 31st and January 1st. The Bible tells you that the New Year begins in the springtime. When during the spring equinox is when not the spring equinox. If you're going on the sun, it would be the spring equinox is the sign of spring has arrived. But based on the moon, the full moon that occurs at the same time as the spring equinox is what starts the new year. Everything you've been taught was a goddamn lie, man. You've been lied to. And you've accepted it your entire life because nobody taught you any different. Nobody knew. Who could know? You think your parents know Jeremiah 10? You think your grandmother knew Jeremiah 10? Your grandfather, your great-grandmother, they don't know it. Why? Because they don't learn about the Bible in church. They don't learn about God in that mosque. You Muslims out there, I know a ton of y'all. I lived in Philly for 7 years. Muslims is Christians in ninja suits. That's all they are. Christians in ninja suits and beards. You understand? Or ninjas with dresses and high waters on. Philly niggas is ridiculous. They take their jeans and roll them up 8 inches, ankles and everything, ashy legs showing, and then have a goddamn Muslim dress over the top. Talking about some assalamu alaikum. That you're a Christian, goddamn it. You're a Christian with a beard and, you know, and speaking Arabic. But guess what? Them Arabs in their house, they got their Christmas tree. Them Arabs in their house, them and Muslims in their house, they got them presents. Guess what? The Christian and the Muslim is on the block selling drugs for the same reason. Yeah, man, Christmas, man. I gotta get these kids these toys, man. Gotta get this and that. Gotta get the that and this. It's an evil, disgusting thing. And it comes from not knowing who we are. It comes from worshiping the gods of our oppressors. And that is why we die. This is why we suffer. It is why we go through the things we go through, because we don't know who we are. But the Lord has given us the truth so that we can break free, so that we don't have to be prisoners to the culture of our oppressors. You understand? We could drop that. We could drop Amos chapter 5. Now, last week I went into, when I did the breakdown for the whole December 21st, if you want to go see that class, I taught it on Thursday, or was it Wednesday last week? I believe it might have been, it was Thursday last week, scripture breakdown class. I went into the whole December 21st. You can find that online. ISUPK Memphis on Facebook. No Cowards Memphis on YouTube. If you're watching this from Instagram, it's No Cowards Memphis on Instagram, not Instagram, Twitter. But you can go back and watch Thursday's class. I went into the scriptures about Christ being born in the springtime. They tell you that Christmas is about the birth of Jesus Christ. When the Bible, celebrating birthdays is against the Lord in the Bible. You understand? And when I say celebrating birthdays, meaning that whole, it's my birthday and we're going to get you a cake and, you know, everybody going to, you know, bring you gifts and all that nonsense. That's childish and goofy, man. Grow the hell up. So it's your birthday. Most High Christ, man. I made it the Lord with me, man. I'm still here. But you ain't got to have, nobody going to come worship you for the day. That comes from the Roman culture, where in Rome and under the Roman Empire, you got to be God for a day. And your birthday was the day that you were God That's why you tell people what to do, and they had to listen to what you had to say and do whatever you wanted to get done because it was your birthday, it was your special day. Everybody understands. All right. So with that, so yeah, because I went into it last Thursday when I did the December 21st breakdown, I'm not gonna go into it today. Matter of fact, I will go into the birthday. Since we're talking about the evil of Christmas and escaping from the stress and the pressure of these holidays, we're gonna go ahead and go into all the holidays. So let me go ahead and get the birthday celebration for you. Here's why birthdays are evil and have nothing to do with the culture in the Bible. All right. Let me see something. Let me get goddamn birthday. Hold on. Now, in the Bible, you're not going to find any Israelites celebrating their birthday. You understand? Being an observer of time is just not something that we did. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that. Nah, okay, hold on. Now let me go ahead. I'm gonna not get that because Deuteronomy, the law on observing times, does not have anything to do with a birthday. Again, there's nothing wrong with acknowledging your birthday. Hey, this is the day I was born. Hey man, I'm 34 now, and this July I'll be 35. I'm 35. That's it. But it ain't no, hey, y'all, it's my birthday, time to turn up and bring me gifts and let's go to the strip club and blow some money. That's not our culture. You know what I'm saying? That comes from our oppressors. Now again, it's COVID-19. Imagine it's your birthday. You somebody who used to turning up and partying and doing it big, and your birthday roll around and you can't go celebrate. Or you broke, so you can't take no vacation, or can't nobody buy you no gifts. Now you feeling crappy, you depressed because ain't nobody buy you no gifts. Couldn't go party for your birthday. Now you down about celebrating something that ain't got nothing to do with, that shouldn't be celebrated in the first place anyway. You understand? Most High gave you another day to live. Be thankful for the day. You ain't got to go counting all the years and party and celebrating and want everybody to come and worship you. Everybody understands. Here's how you know birthdays are evil. John the Baptist in the New Testament got killed because of a nigga's birthday party. We're going to go ahead and read the story of John the Baptist's death and how it came about here in the Bible. And it's going to show you that these birthdays is evil and God is against them. All right. This is Matthew chapter 14, verse 1. All right. Hold on. Not 14:1. Bear with me. Hold up. Matthew chapter 14. Yeah, we'll start at verse 1. As Matthew 14:1 says, at that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahushua, or Jesus, and said unto his servants, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. Now, Herod was feeling guilty for killing John the Baptist. Herod was the man who ruled in Israel at that time. He had John the Baptist put to death. Why did he have John the Baptist put to death? We're about to read. But when he heard of Christ performing miracles, healing the sick, and how famous he was getting, Herod was scared. He said, man, that's John the Baptist come back to haunt me. John the Baptist come back in the flesh because I had him put to death. Verse 3, for Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. Now, Herodias, Herod's brother Philip's wife, got Herod to lock John up and to put John in prison. Why? What did John do to make this bitch tell her brother-in-law to get John locked up? And we're going to hear the story. Verse 4, for John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude because they counted him as a prophet. So what John did is John told Philip, you cannot have Herodias. Why did John tell Philip that he couldn't have Herodias? Was John just a hater? Was John cock blocking? No, John was a prophet of God, which meant John followed the laws of the Most High. John obeyed the Most High and wanted a society and a culture where everybody obeyed the Most High. Herodias was a hoe. She was a slut, a broad that already had a man. and she wanted to leave her man to marry Philip. Philip wanted to marry her. John the Baptist said, Philip, you can't marry her. That's another man's woman. You marry her, you're an adulterer, and she is an adulteress. So John gave Herodias a bad name, gave Philip a bad name. And Herodias was mad about it. So let's find out how John got jammed up behind telling this bitch that she couldn't be a hoe. Verse 6. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Herod had a birthday party. Now again, in the Bible, if you go right now to a Bible, type in birthday, you'll see birthday 3 times in the entire Bible. Birthday is in Genesis 40 and 21 when they threw a party for Pharaoh's birthday. Birthday is in Matthew 14 and 6 where we read now about Herod's birthday, and also Mark 6 and 21 talking about Herod's birthday as well. Israelites did not celebrate birthdays. It wasn't part of our culture. You're not a God for a day, nigga. Your birthday is another day you breathing, another day for you to serve the Lord, another day for you to get your life together, get it right. You understand? Let's find out. So it's Herod's birthday. It's his birthday. The hoe who John the Baptist put on Front Street, her daughter came to dance for John. Now, why is Herodias' daughter dancing for John if Herodias is married to Philip? Wouldn't that make Herodias' daughter Herod's niece? No. Herodias' daughter is not Herod's niece. You know why? Because Herodias had a husband who she had kids with from a previous marriage. Herodias, the hoe, is now married to Philip. She upgraded. She left that nigga who she had the babies with. She left him. She upgraded and got the king's brother. She left whoever her baby daddy was for the king's brother. She rubbing elbows with the high class niggas now. It's Herod's birthday. She gets her daughter to come twerk for Herod. Listen, if you thought the Bible was a white people's book, you've been lied to, man. There's niggas in this book. This is nigga shit right here we reading about. Excuse my language. John got killed behind some nigga shit. John the Baptist is out there in the street teaching, preaching, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You understand? Repent. Get your life together. Get right. Stop sinning. In the midst of John out there teaching in the street, he see Philip with Herodias and say, Philip, man, what you doing with that hoe? Don't you know that's Mr. Johnson's wife, man? Leave that hoe alone, man. You can't have her. She belonged to him. That bitch get mad, and that bitch plot on John the Baptist from behind the nigga she done came up on. She plots that on his brother's birthday, on the king's birthday, she get her daughter to come twerk for the king. Meaning she get her daughter to come twerk for her brother-in-law. These is nasty sluts, man. Whores, 2,000 years ago. You thought them hoes was something new. You thought strippers was new. That ain't nothing new. Twerking ain't nothing new. We reading about biblical twerking. A nigga got bodied behind a hoe shaking her ass 2,000 years ago for a nigga birthday party. Let me keep reading the story. Matthew 14 and 6. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. She dancing, and Herod like, man, he looking at his brother. His brother, this is nasty. Herod is sitting there with his brother Philip on his birthday. Him and his brother Philip. His brother Philip is there. Philip's wife Herodias is there. In front of them dancing is Herodias' daughter. And Herod, how is it written that Herod liked what he saw? Because they in the party, and Herod is like, man, you see this shorty right there? She bad. He throwing Brady with his brother like, hey, you girl, daughter, bad. She working that shit. She dancing. Herod is in the club. It's his birthday. Hoes is twerking. He's in it. Now, we'll keep reading. Verse 7. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatever she would ask. She's there dancing now. Is she dancing in Herod just in front of everybody? Hey, y'all, whatever she want, I'm going to give it to her. No. Herod is in her ear like, listen, baby, you can have whatever you want. I say you can have whatever you like. She's dancing in Herod's lap, nigga. If you not reading between the lines, she's dancing in Herod's lap on his birthday, and Herod he's in it. And Herod whispering her ear, say to her, listen, baby, you can have whatever you want, man. You just tell me what you need, shorty. You got it. Here's what the hotel Herod she want. Now, she twerking for the king at his birthday party. That her mother got her to do the dance. Her mother said, hey, come twerk at the party. She go twerk at the party. The king like her. She in the king lap. He telling her, listen, baby, whatever you want, you can have it. You just tell me, girl, I give it to you. Let's see if this hoe want wealth. Let's see if she want to be the king's wife. Let's see if she want, a Birkin bag or some red bottoms. Let's see what this hoe who twerking at the birthday party want. Verse 8. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. The bitch asked for John the Baptist's head. Now, what you think? Now, just think of that real quick. It's the nigga birthday party. Bad bitches, everything is there. There's bad bitches twerking in his lap. Me telling her whatever she want. Listen, baby, whatever you want, girl, you can have it. Now, was he saying that just for shits and giggles? What reason does a man promise a woman she can have everything? It's because he's trying to he's trying to smash. He's trying to hit it. He's trying to have sex in the champagne room. Herod is trying to smash. He's like, listen, baby, whatever you want. Name your price. And the bitch say, I want John the Baptist's head. You want to hit this, you got to kill John the Baptist. Why does this bitch want John the Baptist to die? Because her mother, the slut, who John the Baptist blazed on, who John the Baptist exposed, who John the Baptist had the nerve to even speak about, that bitch had her daughter go twerk and have sex with the king, knowing that when she twerked for the king would be falling in love. And she told her daughter, now listen, you get in there, you shake that thing and work what your mama gave you. And when you get in Herod's lap, and when he's trying to get you to give them draws up, he asks you what you want, you tell him you want Herod's head. You want John the Baptist's head. I ain't making that up. I ain't twisting the scriptures. That's what we just read. We just read it. You understand? Now let's see what Herod does. Matthew 14:9. And the king was sorry. He was mad. He was mad, bitch, you want me to kill John? I'm just trying to get some head. I thought you wanted a bag or something, bitch, or a trip out. I'd have gave you some money. You want me to kill John? He blown. Hey, I should have never told this bitch she can have whatever she wants. Nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. He said, well, goddamn, shit, I promised the bitch she can have whatever she want. Well, shit, all right then, bitch. John the Baptist got to die. You understand? Verse 10, and he sent and beheaded John in the prison, and his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. Birthdays are evil, man. Think of how many niggas died over a birthday. How many niggas got killed over a birthday. Think of how many hoes done twerked on the nigga lap for a birthday because of birthday party. How many niggas done made promises because they in love with some twerking. And how many niggas got killed behind another nigga promising the bitch she could have whatever she want because of that fat ass, or because of them breasts, or because of how well she shake it. We living out the punishments of God, man. It's amazing. And guess what? You'll never hear this in your church, ever. I couldn't even think of the situation. The church won't even speak against twerking in strip clubs and sisters dressing like hoes. Bitches leave the club and go to the church So I know the pastor ain't telling nobody nothing bad about no club. He ain't telling nobody nothing bad about no strippers. But a stripper getting a nigga killed is in the Bible for a nigga birthday. It's evil, man. It's disgusting. And the Lord said that we should not partake in it. Free yourself from the custom of your oppressor. Free yourself from the life that your oppressor has given you and told you you're supposed to live. And instead, choose to serve the Most High, man. Choose the culture that He gave us. Let me get bear with me. Let me get Let me get you. Give me Proverbs 16:7. And this, like I said, this spirit of this Christmas, the spirit, this whole holiday spirit, it depresses people, man. Make them sad. You don't even know why you depressed. You don't know why you sad. And you sad and you depressed because Christmas ain't Christmas no more. You know what I'm saying? The holidays ain't like when we was younger and you was able to get everything you want. You depressed, don't even know why you down. You down because you ain't got your family like you used to have, and it's COVID-19 and everybody can't come together, and you ain't got the money you used to having to go buy them gifts and buy them presents, and that Christmas tree looking mighty empty. You understand? And that house ain't full of all of the laughing and the joking and the drinking and the smoking that you used to. Shake that off of you, man. Grow up. You understand? And learn to live life in the present. Stop reminiscing on all of the Christmases past. Damn that. You understand? You're grown as hell. You goddamn 50, you 25 giving your mama 50-year-old mama presents in a goddamn box with wrapping paper in a bow. Both of y'all grow the hell up. You goddamn, 25 still telling your daddy that you want the new iPhone for Christmas. Grow the hell up. You got kids, teach your kids the right way, man. Don't allow them to grow up being deceived like you were. Don't allow them to grow up not knowing what the hell they doing and why they living life the way they living, man. Don't be a chump. This goddamn Christmas is about the white man stealing your money. That's what it's all about. You wanna know what Christmas is about? Christmas is about getting rich off of dumb niggas. Why do you think after Thanksgiving they have Black Friday? Thanksgiving is a day that white people know everybody going to be together. And you know what the white man knows is happening on Thanksgiving? You sitting around that table looking at everybody and wondering how I'm about all these niggas gifts. How I'm gonna get all these niggas gifts for this Christmas coming up. And the white man says, well, we know we're gonna get the niggas together for Thanksgiving because they cooking that dinner, they watching that football. Why don't we have all the niggas go shopping together after that Thanksgiving dinner? And they give you a day of crazy sales. I didn't even go shopping this past Black Friday, but I was mad at the deals. I'm looking like 4K 60-inch for $225. I wanted to punch my mama, like $225. I wanted to go get in line for that. They got the goddamn listen. I got a whole bunch of studio stuff I want to get. Amazon had the bundle with the lights and the green screen backdrop with the studio lights, so I could look glamorous. I don't look glamorous right now. Y'all think this class looks good? Y'all think I look handsome now? Wait till I get the studio, Salaki. Wait till I get I'm gonna be shining. You're gonna see the glistening in my beard. You're gonna see the goddamn oil sparkling. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. But this past Black Friday, I was in the house punching the air at the Amazon sales because I could not buy what I could not get it. But it's in my goddamn box right now for like $170. Shit was like $60 for Black Friday for no other reason besides the white man just trying to take my money. You understand? It's just retarded. But they do it knowing that niggas gonna be together on Thanksgiving. So let's give them the sales while they're together so they can go buy for one another and we're just getting rich off of them. Give you Thanksgiving, get rich on Black Friday. Black Friday is called Black Friday because it's the day that businesses get to put their books in the black. If you ever had a business, right? If you ever took an accounting class, when you keep track of money you made or income is in black. Money you spent or money you paid out is kept in red. Black Friday is Walmart making sure they get in the black because Walmart brought 1,000 TVs at the beginning of the year. And so far they've sold 750. This particular store. They just sold 750 TVs since the beginning of the year. Well, there's 2 months left. Come Black Friday, there's 5 weeks left in the year. They got 5 weeks to get the books in the black. On Black Friday, they're getting the books in the black because everybody's coming and buying everything. And they're selling everything dirt cheap, and they're getting their books in the black. You think the white man cares about the goddamn Jesus birth? Or, you know, all of that goofy shit? It's about money. It's about robbing you. And because you don't know who you are, because you don't know your culture, you're at home depressed about Christmas when it's all about getting white people richer. How about you stop being played all the goddamn time? Stop being a simp your whole life and learn what's really going on out here. You sitting at home depressed about Christmas when the white man just wants your money. You know what you'll do if you stop celebrating Christmas? You'll save money. You know what you'll do? Listen, the white man has Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, and then New Year's a week later. You know what everybody who celebrates New Year's does? They go blow stacks in the club, blow stacks on a hotel, take a trip. And you know what happens the next morning on January 1st? They're behind on their bills. They got to call the landlord, call the gas company, call the damn whatever company and tell them I'm going to be a few days late on my gas bill, be a few days late on my electric bill, be a few days late on my cell phone. Why? Because your dumbass went and partied like it's 1999. You went and counted down the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, nigga. You goofy. You're a clown. That's how the white man look at you. You're not goofy to me. You're goofy to the white man because he's getting rich while you're trying to live up to his standards. When if you follow the culture that God gave you, fuck all of that. Excuse my language. Fuck their Christmas and their New Year's and their Thanksgiving and the Valentine's Day and the whatever goofy shit. Excuse my language. I'm not doing none of that. I'll keep all my money and I'll be straight. I'll be good. My bills will be paid. Everything will be on time. My credit will be increased and I'm good to go. But you not knowing who you are, not knowing what your oppressor is doing, wondering why you can't get ahead, and it's because you're not serving the Lord. Here's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. If you want things in your life to change, if you want things in your life to get better, this is how you do it. Proverbs 16 and 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. You understand? Again, when a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. And you got drama and strife and things going on in your life, man, please the Lord. Whatever you're going through, it's because you're not pleasing the Lord. And if you're somebody who is pleasing the Lord, then he's just testing you. Man up. Get strong. And it's difficult for a lot of us. I don't know how long you brothers and sisters been in the truth, but them first few years of not celebrating Christmas is hard. It's rough. You would think that, yeah, man, F Christmas, man. The Bible say, take what I just taught you tonight and go to your mama and say, yeah, mama, you know Christmas ain't in the Bible. What? Christmas ain't in the Bible? Oh, girl, you crazy, boy. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. You say, no, mama, seriously. Look, Jeremiah the 10th chapter. You will read the same thing I just read to you, to them. And they'll say, that ain't talking about that. Nah, that's something. That's they hit you with the okie doke. Well, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus, baby. I'm Holy Ghost saved and sanctified. Where is that in the Bible? You ain't gonna read that in the Bible. You understand? I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. Jesus died for my sins, so I could do all the sins. Is that in the Bible? That ain't in the Bible. Jesus didn't die for you to keep being a faggot. He didn't die for you to keep getting high. He didn't die for you to keep being a hoe. He died so that you would change your life. When you understand the truth about Christ, you'll say, God, man, that brother was amazing. You mean he lived perfect and he died like an evil bastard? And I'm an evil bastard and I didn't die because of him? Well, damn, let me live my life for him. Let me live as if he was here. Because he chose to not be here so I could be here. Well, let me now live my life for him. I didn't give up Christmas because I hated Christmas. Hell, I don't hate it now. I hate the Christmas. I hate it because it has my people confused. It has my people destroyed. I hate it because God hates it. You understand? And because I love the Most High and I love Christ, I'm going to live for them, man. I'm going to do what they said to do. I'm not going to allow myself to be manipulated by this society, be manipulated by what my goddamn oppressor says. I'm not going to allow myself to be manipulated by the TV. I'm going to fight it. Hell, I miss my family. I gave up my family when I came into the truth. A large portion of my family. I thank the Most High that my mother came in the truth and my uncle came in the truth. But the rest of my family, we ain't tight like we were. And I miss us getting together and hell, I'll be at the Passover and be wishing, man, I wish my family was here. How holy days, wishing my family was here. They chose the world, man. They chose to stay goofy. I thank the Lord that he didn't allow me to be goofy. I thank the Lord that he made me to be a person who took it seriously. But it ain't easy. Hell, giving up Christmas, man. Listen, giving up the 4th of July, giving up Thanksgiving, it wasn't easy, but it was easy looking back, but at the time it was hard. So if you're a brother or sister and you just hearing this for the first time, just know that it's possible and you must change your life. You understand? If you want the Lord on your side, you have to change your life, but it ain't gonna be easy. You understand? You think that your family loves you until you tell them the truth about the Bible. You think your family loves you until you start to change your life and live for the Most High. You think your family loves you until you say, "No, I don't do that no more because the Bible said." Then you're gonna be all kinds of crazy and you stupid and you dumb. God forbid you a woman and you got some man who you like that's in the truth. Your family going to tell you everything horrible and evil about that nigga, and he's trying to save your life. He's trying to get you to serve the Lord. They gonna say, "Bitch, you crazy. That nigga crazy. You dumb. I knew you gonna hear things about yourself you never thought you'd hear. See, just like your mama. You was a stupid bitch. I knew you was a dumb bitch like your mama." You was like, "Damn, auntie, I thought you loved me." Like, bitch, you stupid. You ain't that nigga, you dumb, and you're in a cult, and you're evil. And bitch, don't talk to me no more. He's like, "Damn, I thought they loved me." They don't love you. They don't love you like the Most High love you. You understand? All right, let me drop from that. As again, Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes it, the Most High will make even his enemies to be at peace with him. See, in the UPK, we at peace with our oppressor, man. Listen, we know the white man the devil the Bible speaks of, but guess what? A white man ain't never did nothing to me personally, but I see what they're doing to my people. I see how they have us destroyed, how they have us enchained, how they have us brainwashed. And I'm thankful the Lord allowed me to be a man that can give my people the tools and the knowledge necessary in order to break free. Give them the wisdom and the understanding to know that there's something more to life than what they've been given. You understand? Let me drop that. Let me get Exodus chapter 23, verse 22. You understand? And I understand this, man. If you were for those of us that's in the truth, man, our lives are wonderful. Serving the Lord and knowing what we know and just having the peace of knowing that, hey, man, I do what the Lord said to do. I'm living my life the right way. It's such a beautiful thing. And we don't have to put our lives on the line to teach brothers and sisters. We don't have to argue and fight with our families. I could, if I wanted to, I could have a peaceable time with my family. I could go hang with my cousins and we have a good time and kick it and chill. But I know somebody's gonna pull out a blunt, or somebody gonna say, let's go get some hoes, or let's go to the strip club, or inevitably one of my uncles or aunts gonna ask me a question about the Bible, and I'm not gonna not tell them the truth. I'm not gonna hide who I am. I'm not gonna shut the truth off for them. No, I'm gonna tell them the truth. I'm gonna help them out. They're gonna hate me for it. They're not gonna like it, but hey, I love them. So because I love them, I'm gonna tell them the truth. You understand? And that's what causes the division. Division doesn't come because you change your life. The division doesn't come because you're trying to be better. The division comes because you learn how to really love. And when you really love somebody, you tell them the truth, man, whether they like it or not. When you really love somebody, you'll let them know what it is, man. You'll let them know why their life is horrible, why they're going through the things they're going through. I talked to one of my little cousins today, man. He told me some sad story about his life, some horrible story of what he'd been through. And in my mind, I'm saying, well, nigga, that's what you get for leaving the truth. I didn't say it to him because I didn't have to say it. He know why he's going through all of that. He know why his life is in shambles, because you turned your back on the Lord. When you come into the truth, you're going to see your family suffering. You're going to see people you love going through things and stressed out and depressed and feeling sad. You're going to see them self-medicating by getting high, self-medicating by going and having sex with random people, self-medicating by doing anything to feel better. And because you know the truth, you're going to give them the truth. And they're going to hate you for it. But guess what? That's not in your control. Whether they love you or hate you, that's not what you're living for. You're not living for their love. You're not living for their hate. You should be living for the Lord. And if you live for the Lord, man, you'll tell the truth. You understand? Whether people like it or not. Let me read on. Exodus chapter 23, verse 22. All right. Exodus 23 and 22 says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. The Lord said that if we did what he told us to do, he would be an enemy to our enemies, and he would be an adversary to our adversaries. Well, guess what, black people? We got enemies, and we have adversaries. The white man is our enemy, our adversary. The drug dealer is our enemy, our adversary. You understand? The wicked of our people, they the enemy and the adversary. Guess what? If we serve the Lord will be with us and be against all of them. I move, man. Listen, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, man. I ain't scared of no drug dealer, no gangbanger. For what? What that nigga gonna do to me? I got the Lord with me, man. I move around this city. I ain't scared of these hoes. There's some treacherous hoes out here. Guess what? I ain't even worried about them. Figuratively and literally. I ain't out here tricking. I ain't out here dealing with no hoes. So I ain't got to worry about my house getting kicked in or getting robbed. Why? Because I serve the Lord. I ain't worried about the white man. The white man is out here killing brothers out here in these streets. I ain't worried about that. I serve the Lord, man. Your life does not have to be the way it is. And if you know that you're struggling with some things and you're going through some stuff and you're having a rough time, turn to the Most High, man. He's the only one that's going to be able to make it better. You understand? And the Lord will make it better. That's a guarantee. That's a promise. Your life will get better when you come into the truth. It don't mean you ain't going to have to lose some things. It don't mean you're not going to have to go through some tests. If you know that you ain't living your life the right way and you want to get it right, turn to the Most High. You understand? Drop them. Give you one more scripture about this Christmas, and then I'm gonna close the class. Let me get two scriptures, matter of fact. We get Deuteronomy 30 and 15. Deuteronomy 30 and 15. And then we're gonna get prayer, the prayer of the wicked is an abomination. So Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. Let's get that first. I don't see it. I don't know if anybody had any questions. If y'all had any questions, y'all could type them in online. Let me just check right quick and see if I believe somebody might have asked a question earlier. Let me see something. Okay, I see the sister Anisha had a question. I'm gonna answer that question, Anisha. Give me 1 second. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 15. It says, See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. Meaning the Lord gave us his laws, man. He gave us his statutes and commandments. He showed us good and evil. He gave us good and bad. This Bible is full of what's good, what's bad. You should not go through life not knowing what's good and what's bad. You should not go through life not knowing why things are happening to you. You shouldn't just be experiencing life. You should be living life. And the way that you live is by choosing it, by obeying the Lord. If you have not chosen to live, then guess what? You've chosen death. And everything that's been happening in your life is just leading you to death. But you can choose life. How do you choose life? Deuteronomy 30:16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou may live and multiply. And the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou go to possess it. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, that's what you're doing with Christmas. That's what you're doing with Thanksgiving. That's what you're doing with New Year's. You're choosing other gods and you're serving them. Verse 18. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou pass over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. God has set before us life and death. Set before us blessing and cursing. You understand? Set before us life and death. And the Lord is saying, choose to live. Choose life, man. Don't celebrate Christmas. Choose life. Don't celebrate New Year's. Choose life. Don't celebrate your birthday, your cousin's birthday. Yeah, you got a birthday. If somebody buy you a cake, no sweat. We have a cake. No, I don't want to do no. I'm not doing no candles. You ain't got to buy me no gifts. Give me a gift any time of the year. Don't wait till the day I was born to give me a gift. You understand? You can change your life. Don't. Man, Merry Christmas. Come on, B. Come on. We gotta grow up, man. Oh, this Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Shut your mouth, man. Don't. Happy holiday, me. I just smile. People say happy holiday, I just smile. You understand? You can change your life. It ain't impossible. But you got to understand that if you do not change your life, then you are choosing death. If you do not change your life, you choose to disobey the Most High, then you are going to deal with the consequences. Let me get one more thing. This is Proverbs 28:9, okay? Proverbs 28:9. Now, if you somebody that hears all of this and you still say, well, you know, God knows my heart and I'm covered by the blood of Jesus, no sweat. Okay, God knows, you know, I'm trying to change. All right, I hear you. But what does God say? Let's see what God says. You understand? Proverbs 28:9 says, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. You hear the law, you hear what the Lord said is right and what's wrong, and you still choose what's wrong. God ain't hearing your prayers, man. Why you think you lived your whole life and wasn't sure if God would answer your prayers? You prayed for things and they never came to pass. You grew up in that house and in that family and wondered, why did God have me to go through these things? Because you won't obey him. Because you won't obey him, he can't hear your prayers. You understand? The Lord is not with sinners. You understand? The way that the Lord helps a sinner is by correcting them. It's by breaking them down. It's by them losing everything, by them failing when they make an attempt to do something, because the Lord is trying to get your attention. And the prayer is that all of our people will wake up, change their lives, come back to the Most High, be the people that he called us to be, so that we can get out of this hell together. With that, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible, that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are descendants of the greatest people that have ever walked the face of the earth. The Bible identifies us as the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We do these classes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. To the sister Anisha, your question that you asked, I will start the class tomorrow with that question. Any other questions you brothers and sisters have, all you gotta do is type them in on the class, type them in online. Man, like, subscribe, follow, you know what I'm saying? Support, you know what I'm saying? Pay your tithes, man. 10% of every penny of any increase goes to the priest of the Lord. Do your part to support the work of the Lord so we can wake our brothers and sisters up and get them out of this hell. I'm Captain Sakawu. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Shalom.